Started in organized softball. I joined the CYO team at my junior year at St. Anthony's School in Baltimore, in Gardenville. I played left field, and I also was an excellent home run hitter. I could really throw the softball very far, so I entered the contest of the Maryland 33rd softball throw, and I got second place in that. The Catholic High School of Baltimore in 1946. In my first gym class, I met the gym teacher, who was also the basketball coach, and she said, "You're on the team." And I said, "What team?" And she said, "Basketball." I said, "I've never played basketball." She said, "Well, you're going to play." Well, being 6'2" and learning all the skills of basketball, we brought in many, many trophies for the Catholic High School and brought honor to the school. I was chosen by the Glenn L. Martin Airplane Manufacturing to go and enter the basketball tournament for women in St. Joe, Missouri, March the 24th to the 26th. This was all happening in my senior year, and it was quite an honor. The teams from all over the country were participating in this Women's National Basketball Tournament. In order to play for this company, I had to get on the payroll. And on weekends, I would go down to the plant, and it was the timekeeping department that I had to go to, and I also got that same job when I left Catholic High. And the women were all wondering, what is this girl coming in just on weekends? So once they got to know that I was a basketball player for Mr. Martin, they were just wonderful to me. We flew to Missouri first class, as only Mr. Martin would have us do, first class for his girls. Mr. Martin scouted tall, excellent basketball players to play on his team, and the tallest was 6'4", and the shortest was 5'11". And we were called the Bomberettes, and the boys were called the Bombers, because that's the work that he did. I worked at Glenn L. Martin's plant for 2 years after graduation, and as I said, I had a job in timekeeping department there, and I loved my work. But somehow or other, the Lord called me to follow the Sisters of St. Francis, and I admire the sisters very much. And I had them at grade school, and I had them in high school, and sometimes I would take them out for drives. And even after high school, I still kept up with the sisters the 2 years that I worked with Mr. Martin. But I always will remember the Bomberettes. They'll always be in my memory. I also played softball for the Bomberettes. My position was first base. Being tall, I was very good reaching out. After each game, we were taken to a restaurant to have dinner. And then after the dinner, we were taken to our cars by a bus. Mr. Martin treated us well, as we were his best girls. The Maryland State Champs drafted me to go with them in the Nationals in Portland, Oregon. We traveled by train, so I was missing school for 11 days. When we arrived there in Portland, the people took us to their own homes, and that's where we stayed the time that we played the softball. And during that time, they showed us many important parts of Portland. They were very, very kind to us. It was a wonderful experience being with this team. Sports played a very large part in my ministry. When I was at the St. Joe's in York, Pennsylvania, as a junior high teacher, I organized a softball team because the girls did not have a team in 1972 to 1976. I was a good coach because I knew the sport very well, and also I knew how to play the sport. So I taught the girls how to throw and run and play like boys instead of doing it like girls. And they became a wonderful team, and we won every season, 5 seasons, and I made the school very proud of us, and the girls were very proud of themselves. The first year we didn't have a uniform. The second year the school fully equipped us, uniforms, equipment, and everything. In my late years at Catholic High, I was a volunteer for the Mission and Ministry program, and I was also a chaplain of the sports program. I tried to attend every one of the home games for the girls, and we prayed before each one of the games, and the students really looked forward to me doing that. And then in 2004, I was inducted into Catholic High's Hall of Fame. I was the first one, and every year they pick 3 to be inducted. And I was inducted into the Hall of Fame for my outstanding skills in basketball, softball, and in bowling. And I was also president of the Athletic Association at Catholic High. Since living at the Assisi House, I have become a sports follower of the Eagles and the Phillies and the 76ers. With the sisters who would join us in being enthusiastic about them, I had to give up the Orioles and the Ravens, but they're still dear in my heart. There's one sister who would follow the 76ers, win or lose. She was always there watching them, and I always kept her updated on the games. The most rewarding thing here at the Assisi House is being present to the sisters. Just popping into their rooms and saying hi to them. And in the dining room, I sit in the first table, and I welcome them as they come in. Say hi, sometimes they stop and talk to me. And I'm the last one, usually, to leave the dining room. I always say goodbye to them. I hope you have a good night, good afternoon. I crochet towels at the Assisi House, and I've been doing it for a number of years. And as you can see, they're very colorful and beautiful. I make them for the gift shop, and the sister in the gift shop is very happy to get them, and she sells them for me. And I also make some for Sister Rose Christopher's art and craft shows, and they go very fast. And why do I do these? Well, they're very relaxing for one thing. It doesn't require too much attention. I can watch games with it, and some nights I can't sleep too well, so I get in my chair and crochet my towels. And they sell very well in the gift shop. You can come visit us. We love to get visitors.